Okay.
No, Moffitt wasn't playing. You mean he was playing at UCF? No, right? He was?
Yeah. But
Okay, I'm tripping.
Bro, you got to think his senior year at college was my senior in high school. He graduated in '07.
Yeah, that is true.
From college. So you got so 05, 06 when I met him. I was under him. He was still a junior. Going through the whole housing. His whole
in my mind, he's just so old. You know what I mean?
right, because he's been around so long.
I'm sure he's happy to
That's
hear
my boy.
that.
Yeah.
Winter Park, even in Central Florida, is really kind of a unique place too, because you have some real wealth there,
Correct.
And then you also the community or school encompasses some neighborhoods that are
I
not
love
well
it,
off at all.
I love it. I have some great friends.
Okay,
Definitely.
sounds good. And I'm sure being an athlete kind of helped you make some friends once
Correct.
you walked out on the field.
Correct. And which I heard you guys talking about, the mental issues, and I want to touch on the character issues. That's kind of where, being a football player, kind of you have to put everything in a basket. So
For sure.
Definitely.
What do you mean by that? If you want to elaborate on what you meant by that?
Well, to really succeed and kind of take it as far as you want to go, you have to put your all into it. So when guys don't really accede to where they're supposed to go, they kind of lose themselves because they don't know who they really are because you base yourself on being a football player.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's where a lot of it stems is, when you're all in, you are a football player. People that meet you oh, that guy plays football. That's how I heard about you, is this guy's killing it on the football field. And that becomes your identity to a degree.
Correct. And that's what, I really say what helped me meet great people, because when I moved here, even though I felt like, I should have took more awareness to my surroundings, but I was a football player and I was, pretty good at it, and that helped me to get along my route. So that's what started everything for me.
For sure. Talk about the catch at Winter Park. you were playing. It was a Popka, right?
Right. Ron was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was down the sideline, and I want to get an extra dig just in case this guy's watching. A guy who does his podcast here as well. Let's give him a plug. Jeremy J. Brown. He does his podcast here too. He played football for Popka, and he was on the field that day. He played defense.
Was he in coverage?
He was not in coverage. He's a linebacker. Maybe he was in coverage, and that's why.
We can't give no clout to him. We won. We won.
Now that was Coach Gerke's final game at Winter Park, correct?
No, that was he came back for my senior year.
Came back for your senior year. Okay,
Right.
But give us a little bit of the background. This is a playoff game.
Yep,
It gets to fourth down. You guys are down at the time or tied?
We was down.
Down.
Down
Okay.
by, I want to say 6.
Okay. Needed a touchdown and an extra point.
Yep.
What's the call in the huddle? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, honestly, we used to, have fun after practice, and Coach Gergely called it the Darnell jump ball.
Okay.
It's Darnell jump ball. Throw it up. He's gonna catch it. And you know what? But I think with me coming to Winter Park and having teammates and brothers and a coach like that who can really have faith in me, it's kind of what gave me the confidence, because where I'm coming from, that's where we do that all the time.
Okay.
So it was, for me, it was normal.
Yep.
But I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be in that position, for him to everybody put the trust in me. So when he called it, and Neil's a great quarterback, man. Neil Droppers. Shout out to Neil Droppers. That's my boy. But he gave me the opportunity. He threw it to either way. I'd be able to catch it. I don't want to catch it at all, and I came down with it.
Nice.
And I think, especially being in the talk of being a solidified player in Winter Park, I think that was something that kind of stamped me.
For sure.
Because I remember, man, before playing Edgewater and going to playoffs, I remember they were saying in the neighborhood, hey, y'all lose, don't walk around here for a bit. Don't walk around here for a bit. So we had pressure.
No, I hear that. So you graduate from Winter Park. Kind of what or near the end of your Winter Park career? Like, what's the recruiting situation? What options were available to you? What were you doing at that point?
Around that time, I was highly recruited. Man, I could have. I don't know. Maybe every top 25 besides USC and Texas that year. At least I was in talks with.
Okay.
I was kind of waiting on the Florida State or
that's my school right there. They
didn't
come through.
Man, listen, I was
They
waiting.
didn't come
I was
through?
waiting. This is when Bobby Bowden's son,
Jeff was
Jeff.
the OC at the time.
Right, but then he went to, I want to say, he left Florida State and went somewhere.
Yeah, he
that
did.
year.
He did.
Was
And-
other son was at Clemson before Dabo. I don't know about Jeff.
Jeff.
But that 2006, 2007 recruiting swing was kind of everywhere for me.
Okay.
But I ended up committing to Ole Miss.
Okay.
That was kind of my thing. I could have went to Florida, but Florida had so much talent. I said, man, I don't think I'll play.
That was right at the title years for the
Yeah.
Gators. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, they
stacked
had
up.
some guys, man. Charlie Strong came and, really gave me the opportunity. But I'm like, you guys got Major Wright, and we can name some guys on that team.
That was one of the epic Gators. I
Right,
mean, that was
right.
the Urban Meyer
So,
title team.
Right. So I want to go somewhere I can contribute a little faster. So, Ole Miss was kind of like a thing, but then, man, UCF kind of stole me
Oh yeah.
from under.
Oh, okay.
But I was super connected with UCF. Being under another legend. Stephen
Stephen
Moffitt.
Moffitt.
That's right. He was. Was he still playing when you were
Yeah.
coming? Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad. So then
So, yeah,
he was
me-
in your ear.
Not really. He wasn't in my ear.
Yeah.
But I was just on his hip.
Okay.
No, Moffitt wasn't playing. You mean he was playing at UCF? No, right? He
Yeah.
was?
Yeah. But
Okay, I'm tripping.
Bro, you gotta think his senior year at college was my senior in high school. He graduated in 07
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
from college.
so
So you
yeah.
got so 05, 06 when I met him, I was under him. He was still a junior. Going through the whole housing. His whole
In my mind, he's just so old. You know what I mean?
right, because he's been around so long.
I'm
Right.
sure he's happy to
That's my
hear
boy.
that.
Yeah, but that's my boy.
He should
But,
be getting some
Yeah,
Social
that's my
Security
guy too,
retirement
man.
benefits soon.
I might have a story later about Moffitt, man.
I look forward
He
to
saved me. I'll give you a
Right.
choice. If you choose it, you choose it. If not,
Yeah,
that. So you
But-
committed at one point to Ole
yeah.
Miss.
I committed to Ole Miss, and then
And who was the Ole Miss coach at that time?
man, Ed Orgeron, man.
Oh, Coach O.
Shy
Hey,
did, man.
Listen,
Was he
listen.
crazy then too?
Man, yeah, man. He gave me an opportunity I couldn't refuse. It was more so, listen, you want 5, you got 5. You want this, you got that. And I said, listen, I'm there. I'm there. But
You got a good Coach O story for us, or what?
what? Who?
A Coach O story.
I ain't really have a good story with him. It was kind of just the weekend there, and
Okay.
being a recruit, have fun. And I did have Dexter McCluster was. My host
Okay,
at the
Dexter.
time.
He was at
Right.
my Chiefs for a little bit.
Right. So he's a cool guy.
Return specialist.
Yeah.
How many recruiting trips did you take, and which one was the funnest to you? Just pure fun.
I took Ole Miss, Kentucky, and then UCF, which was, I don't know why I took that, because it was literally
right
at
over
home.
there.
the house. But why not take it?
Right, why not? It was, whatever.
You could visit somewhere that you'd never gone before. Just be like,
Right,
hey,
that
I'm
was
gonna
Instead,
go.
that was
yeah.
you supposed, but see, I didn't have that
Yeah.
type of guidance, if you will.
Yeah.
That brings up a great question. You mentioned the guidance. I'm like, because you're basically in Winter Park 2 years at this point. Like, who's helping you through the process? Your mom? You have other people involved?
I don't know. It was kind of hard to state who was directly in hand, because everybody did their best to kind of help me out, but learning from people who never went down that road, it's kind of hard to take advice when you feel that they don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, 100%.
And not saying take any knowledge from anyone, but during that time, I didn't really have nobody that was raising me that really played football, so I kind of was trying to learn everything along the way.
100%.
Now until I got to Winter Park, then I got under Steven and Coach Barnett kind of took me under his wing, and then I had other administrators, and they were trying to guide me. But by that time, I'm thinking it's only talent. I'm like, listen, I'm going regardless. Then I understand it's really business. Professional sports is business, not talent.
For sure. So did you sign with Ole Miss, or did you sign with UCF?
Time with nobody.
Really? What happened then?
So then it came an academic issue.
Oh, okay.
So coming from the state of Mississippi, coming to Florida, and my grades kind of fluctuated. Which coming here, coming from Mississippi, everything's destroyed. So you get to start over. They're like, congratulations, this is a rare moment. You have a 4.0. I said, thank the Lord. Right, but other than that, just things got up and running, and grades transfer over.
Oh,
Then
after the fact.
After the fact.
Oh, that's not good.
And the last 9 weeks of my senior year. So now
and also at the time, you're playing football and you're having so much fun off the field too. So it's like, no worries.
No worries.
Are you really in your mind but in that time, are you really concerned about your grades or really over the top, worrying about it in that time?
No, in that time it wasn't an issue because like I said, I had a blessing to really start over as a junior in high school from a 4.0.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Can you understand that? So but going to that after that, that last senior year, going to the last semester when everything kind of transferred over, and I was like, well, we have your grades and we get to combine everything, and now I'm looking at my GPA going like, oh man,
no.
So now it turned to a panic where now we're crashing for test score like SATs and ACTs and trying to do all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And that now it's too late.
Exactly.
Damn, okay. So what did you do after graduating then?
JUCO. I went the gritty route.
The gritty route.
Yeah.
I went the toughest, like other than giving up, man. I went, Trinity Valley.
What JUCO did you go to?
Trinity Valley.
And where's that?
In Athens, Texas, man. Shout out to my Valley boys.
Okay.
TVCC, man. Listen, if anybody can make it out of Trinity Valley, they can make it anywhere.
Really?
East Texas, man. Like, listen. Nothing there.
You didn't get to Texas when the storm hit, but they got you out
right,
there
they got
one
me
way
there
or the
anyway.
other.
well, when I had the opportunity to go, I was like, well, I was gonna go anyway, so I might as well see what Texas is about.
Sure.
And once again, it was a blessing because I met some of the best people because, once again, I was a good football player.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, most people kind of probably on the show have watched, like, Last Chance U. How would you compare your time at Trinity with some of the stuff we've seen in the Netflix doc, Last
Which
Chance
I'm
U?
glad you brought that up.
Good.
It's very similar, but, Kansas isn't like Texas.
Okay.
So a lot of especially the ones I seen was in Kansas. So
yeah.
Texas just different.
How so?
Heat. When they get hot, man, that Texas heat
is different.
Oh yeah, it's
worse than here.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What makes
Summertime?
it worse than here?
I don't know. it's hard to explain, man. That Texas heat, man. It'll be about your cleats melt, man.
No way.
Oh yeah. On that
turf field.
On the turf, yeah.
I've heard it. Okay, I've heard it on the turf field.
But this happened, in 2008 when I never even knew that could really.
Oh yeah.
Not saying I'm old.
You're not old.
But yeah, we graduated in 2007, so 2008 was still being in Texas was a new experience. So.
But you ended up playing out there.
Yeah, junior college,
Put
Trinity
up
Valley.
numbers and
yeah,
did well.
Yeah, I was ranked top in the nation as well as a JUCO player.
Okay.
And once again had big offers everywhere. In that time I was thinking about my 3 schools would have been Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, and then USC, Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So completely shifted from the schools.
Completely different pipeline. Now I'm learning business, but I'm still thinking football.
Okay. So what connected or attracted you to those 3 schools at that time?
Just the history.
Okay.
I'm really appreciative of, just the legacy of programs.